What is going on, everyone? Smash Bros. Pro 33 here, bringing you another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. This is a UU match versus KameloXyX, and this was actually my first battle against him, and honestly, it was a pretty good match. This just had so many tide turns in the match. It was a lot of fun. That's all I have to say. So threats on his team, probably the Shaman if my Chandelure happens to go down. And, what's his face? The Suicune can be a problem because I don't have too much to deal with said Suicune. So I have to play around that carefully, but without further ado, let's get on with the match, shall we? So Camelo is going to lead with the Shaman, as I am going to lead with my Chandelure. And obviously he's going to switch out to his Suicune, not wanting to take the fire type attack. I decide to go for the Shadow Ball on the switch-in because it would hit for good damage on pretty much anything on his team. Does about a third to the Suicune, which I'm not really complaining, considering Suicune is very bulky. Now I'm going to switch out to my Virizion because I know Virizion can deal with Suicune fairly well. The only problem is if he gets some Calm Minds up, I can't really touch him that much with Giga Drain, so I really have to boost up now. But considering he has a Bronzong on his team, I have to watch for that as well. So he's going to switch out here and go into his Bronzong, as I was just mentioning, as I'm going to go for the workup on the switch. And that is obviously with the +1 attack, +1 to special attack. I almost said defense. We're not bulking up here. I'm going to work up again because I know Bronzong can't really touch me in any really possible way outside of hidden power, fire, and even then it won't do that much due to Virizion's special bulk. And Bronzong is just going to set up the Stealth Rock as I go for a +2 close combat. And Camelo told me that this was actually especially defensive Bronzong, but my lord, that Bronzong took it actually with change to spare. And he's actually going to go for the Gyro Ball, and because of the defense drop from the close combat, it is going to do a lot to my Virizion. Because I'm running max speed, it is going to be doing quite a bit because Virizion is pretty quick. But I'm going to be able to take it out with the second close combat, which is good for me because Bronzong now gives me leeway to more potent special attackers such as my Porygon Z. And now he's going to bring in his Arcanine here. I want to save Virizion for later because I know it can almost completely wall his Shaman if it doesn't carry Air Slash. And the extreme speed was pretty obvious, which is why I switch into my Chandelure, which walls Arcanine perfectly except for Wild Charge or Crunch. And turns out he does not carry Crunch because otherwise he would have gone for it, as he just goes for the Wild Charges. I go for a Shadow Ball, which is going to do a nice chunk to the Arcanine. It does a bit over 50%, so it's a cling to it KO, especially from that range. And with the Wild Charge, recoil and Life Orb recoil racking up. And I stupidly go for the Pain Split, expecting him to switch. And that costs me my Chandelure, so I gotta leave it in his Death Fodder. Honestly, like, me playing that aggressively just cost me my Chandelure, which kind of sucks, because that checked his Shaman really well, unless it was Scarfter. It's probably faster than me, I'm not even sure. Anyway, I'm going to go into my Raikou because it is the fastest thing and can outspeed anything on his team. I'm going to go for the extra sensory because I can get solid damage on pretty much whatever he wants to bring in, as he's actually just going to go straight for the Earth Power and actually clean take out my Raikou. I have a feeling the crit mattered, even though the Shaman is Life Orb in terms of taking out Raikou, but it doesn't matter a whole lot in terms of the impact of the game. And I'm going to fire off a close combat, and boom, that was a revenge crit right there. And that is just, I don't know if that crit mattered in the long run, because I don't think Shaman had a whole lot to touch me with outside of maybe a hidden power fire, and I don't know if that would have KO'd from that range, but whatever. And I am going to go for the close combat and do over half to the Magneton, so I'm guessing this is Eviolite Magneton. He was actually gonna bring I don't even remember what he was gonna bring in place of this Magneton. But anyway, I'm gonna go down to Flash Cannon, bring out my Sharpedo here, go for the Protect just to see what he wants to do. If he wants to go for the attack move, which he does, he goes for the Discharge that would have clean taken out Sharpedo, if I had not gone for the protect. And I'm actually going to hit the hydro pump. Reason I went for hydro pump over my earthquake, I believe. Wait, no, I brought the special one because once again I forget to bring my mixed one, and that just. I'm gonna go for a dark pulse here. See how much it does because Suicune is probably physically defensive. It does a quarter, as this Suicune is just gonna set up Calm Minds, and I'm just like, it's gonna be one of those where he's gonna just set up all in my face. And if I had brought the mixed one, this Suicune wouldn't have been as much of a problem as it was, because the Dark Pulse is going to do progressively less, and he can Calm Mind to the point where the next Dark Pulse is not going to KO unless I get a flinch or something to that degree, a flinch or a crit. I wasn't banking on hacks, but I just needed to keep in Sharpedo because I didn't want to switch out and give him a free Calm Mind. And I get the flinch on that Dark Pulse, which honestly, I felt bad because I don't know, I hate having hacks on either side, even if it's mine. And I am going to leave him with the sliver, and he's going to go for the rest. So the flinch really didn't matter in the long run unless I KO'd him with the next Dark Pulse, as he's actually able to get back up to full. So it is the rest talking Suicune thing. And I figured because he's asleep and he has a 1 in 3 chance of pulling Scald, I'm going to go into my Porygon Z kind of stupidly because I thought I don't know why I went into Porygon Z. I could have kept spamming Dark Pulse, but either way, it was kind of an uphill battle for me. And I'm going to go for the Tri Attack here just to get some damage. And I honestly was not going to bank on a status condition. I just needed to fire off my most powerful attack. And that does almost a quarter. And I believe the Suicune is at +3. So Porygon Z is one real big powerhouse in UU. I just love using the agility set. So back to whatever it is. I was going for the Dark Pulse. I'm just kind of being a jerk to Camel because, you know, getting the Dark Pulse and the flinches and all that fun little hacksy stuff. I don't know why I went for Dark Pulse. I just wanted to be a jerk. But anyway, I'm going to go for a Tri Attack here just to get some more damage off. And, oh wait, no, I think it's the next turn that something happens. He's going to go for another Calm Mind. I believe he is +5 or +6 at this point, which doesn't really matter for me because, I believe I get a crit here. Or no, I get the freeze! That's what it was. I ended up freezing him, and I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry. Because I didn't want to freeze him, like. And then I so stupidly forget that Scald melts the ice if you're frozen. And he's gonna go for the Scald and take out my PZ, and I'm like, wow, I completely utterly forgot. Like, he thought it was being chivalrous, but I just wanted to get the no. Anyway, I'm gonna go for the toxic kind of in vain here. So he's gonna go for another Scald and clean take out my Gligar, and I was at this point where I honestly thought the game was over, and this Suicune was torturing me. But now I gotta go back into my Sharpedo, and the only way I can win this is with a crit. And would you look at that? I get the crit. Oh my god, I was like, why? That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. And with that, I actually win because I end up Hydro Pumping the Manectric. Luckily, I don't miss. And because I'm faster, I am able to win with the extremely narrow 1-0. So that was great game, KameloXyX. That was honestly a really fun UU match, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and until next time, Smash Bros. Pro 33, signing out.